Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Kelvin Sampson Court. Sean Ryan sitting along with you as we get set for another night of Montana Tech Oredigger basketball. The Diggers, entering this contest, have an impressive overall record of 13-7 and 3-5 in Frontier Conference action. They're coming off a pair of back-to-back road wins against the University of Providence and MSU Northern. Diggers at 13-7, and then you got Carroll College coming in at 14-5 overall. They are 6-2 in Frontier Conference play. The Diggers averaging 71 points per game. Carroll's averaging 62.6. Carroll's really more of a grinded-out type of team. Montana Tech shooting a little better from the field, 42.5% from the field, as compared to Carroll College, who's shooting 41%. Thanks for looking at those numbers for you. The Saints, 6-2 in Frontier Conference play. They are tied among the top of the standings with the University of Providence at 6-2. And they had a pretty good fight the last time these teams were here. It was a 63-55 final with it all tied up at 44 all at the end of three quarters before Carroll was able to pull away late. There was some foul trouble for Montana Tech's bigs, and Carroll made some free throws down the stretch to pull away. Looking at Carroll College as a team, they are coming off a road split where they lost to Montana Western on Thursday and then defeated LC State on Saturday. They are led by Hannah Dean, who averages 11.9 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, 2.4 assists per game, 1.3 steals per game, and 1.7 blocks per game. She leads Carroll College in all of those major statistical categories. The Saints rank 6th in the NAIA in scoring defense at 54.3 points per game, so they might not score a whole lot on the offensive end, but they're holding teams to just about 54, 55 points per night. So as we continue to look at the schedule, it'll be a good one for Montana Tech as we get ready for the national anthem here at Kelvin Sampson Court. Your national anthem being sung by Kelsey Brown, Montana Tech student, as the Diggers and Carroll College set to introduce their starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing tonight's starting lineup for your
All right, your starters for Carroll College are Bailey Pasta, Michaela Dowdy, Christine Denny, Hannah Dean. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 25, Brittany Johnson. For Montana Tech, they will start it the same way they usually start it, with Kaylin and Courtney Coverdale, Shay Potter, Monica Landek, and Hannah Sparks. Nice little feature in Montana, the Montana Standard about Hannah Sparks. Made its way around in the 406 Montana sports community. About the long road she took to get to Butte, Montana. As we tip it up, it'll be Carroll College winning the tip. That's Hannah Dean getting her hands on the basketball to start. Carroll College over on the left-hand side. They'll swing it around. They're moving left to right on your TV screen. Carroll wearing their purple uniforms. These are different uniforms than they wore the last time they were here. I believe they wore their black uniforms. They feed it inside to Dowdy. Dowdy, she'll go up, and she'll be fouled with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Carroll College will head to the free throw line. That foul being whistled against Kaylin Coverdale. And I'd be willing to bet money that the Coverdales, either Courtney or Kaylin, are usually the first ones to pick up a foul for Montana Tech in just about any game. Dowdy goes 1 of 2 at the stripe, as a good crowd is on hand here on a Thursday evening in beautiful Butte, Montana. A little bit of snow this afternoon. It's snowing now, but there was a good 2 hours where it was pretty nice. Sparks to Coverdale. Coverdale nearly traveled with it. They give it to Landek in the corner. Carroll College running a 2-3 zone, and they'll tip it out of bounds right in front of Coach Turcott, who is the assistant after leading the men's team at Carroll College for over a decade. He's the head assistant for Coach Rochelle Sayers. Dangerous pass from Coverdale and taken away by Hannah Dean. Dowdy on the high side. They try to go a little high-low. They get it back into Dowdy in the high post. Over the right-hand side to Pasta. Dowdy up and under. Good little fake move back to the middle, and she scores it off the glass. Boy, Dowdy has really improved. It's her senior season at a Helena Capital. Boy, she used to get a lot of minutes for Carroll College, and it wasn't as finesse as it is now. Great move to the middle, and the Diggers can't collect on that offensive possession. So they will pressure as Carroll College brings it in the front court. Dowdy and Dean go into the opposite block. Back over to Pasta. Pasta down on the left wing. She'll do a little dribble drive. They space out. Dean for 3. It's off the mark. Not really Hannah Dean's range. Shooting the outside 3 ball there. Over on the right-hand wing. Down into the corner. The Diggers will bring it back out. 7:54 left to go here in this first quarter, and the Diggers get the goose egg off the board with a Coverdale little jumper. Brittany Johnson with it. Drives in, puts a shot up. It's off the mark. Landek grabs the rebound. Somebody's got to stop ball. They throw it ahead into the hands of Coverdale. She goes up with it, can't get it to go. And there's a tie-up. Potter gets it on the inside, and she is fouled. So happenstance did not grab the basketball, and Diggers will head to the free throw line. It's Shay Potter. Potter had 28 points in Montana Tech's last 2 games. in just 36 minutes of playing time due to foul trouble. She is the leading field goal percentage shooter in the NAIA, shooting 63.8% from the floor. And Potter goes 2 of 2 to put the Diggers on top. 4-3, and Potter will check out. Zard checks in. Zard is the leading rebounder for Montana Tech, even though she comes off the bench for Coach Carly Sannon. Ball along the top to Dowdy, over on the right-hand wing. They'll swing it, give it back to a guard. That's Christine Denny, over to Dean. Dean tries a long 17-footer. That's good for 2. Dean, the lead scorer for these Carroll College Fighting Saints, averaging just under 12 points per game. A team that doesn't score a whole bunch, but they defend well. And now Dean comes up with another steal. 5-4, Carroll College leading by 1. As Dean gets it on the inside, she'll work against Zard, trying to get post position. Pasta along the top, back to Dean. That one's a 3, that one's in and out, and the rebound comes down to Sparks. Dean shooting just 2 of 13 on the season from three-point land. Zard to Sparks, space it out, can't knock down the little 10-footer. It's 5-4, Carroll, 6:13 left to go here in the first. Dowdy with the right hand, can't get it to go. Coverdale grabs the board. Diggers into the front court, over on the left-hand wing. Jumper for Coverdale is off the mark, and Dean grabs another board. Pasta into the lane. That one's tipped out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock and 5:29 on the game clock. Dowdy and Denny will check out for Carroll College. Checking in for Carroll is Jaden Lyman, and she'll pull the trigger quite early and is able to score it. Also into the ball game for Carroll is Taylor Salonen. Mesa Williams checked in for Montana Tech along with Sammy McGree. Williams to Zard. Sparks back to Zard. McGree across the lane. Zard, and she took one too many steps. It'll be the turnover with the travel. Good move, just not legal. Sean Ryan sitting along with you here at Kelvin Sampson Court. Michaela Olson will bring the ball up for Carroll College. Last prepped at Fergus High. Former Golden Eagle. Dean across the lane, back over to Lyman. She'll feed it inside, and it's a bad pass. Salonen couldn't handle it. Williams looking at the back cut, it's not there. They swing it out. McGree. Drop it down into the short corner. Now they space it back out. Sparks, she'll travel with it. And the Diggers are going to go into the bench. It's 7-4, Carroll College leading by 3 at the first media timeout. 4:33 left to go here in this first quarter. We'll be back in a few moments.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs.
As we bring it back from break, it'll be Carroll College with the basketball. Olson over to Lyman. Lyman will cross the half-court line. Over to Salonen along the high post. And we've got a hold against Montana Tech. That's against Sammy McGree. Carroll gets the inbound. It's to Dean. Dean's already taken 2 from outside 19 feet. Salonen in the middle, back out. Lyman spaces out. Dean, short corner, little jumper is good. And another turnover for Montana Tech. It's 9-4. On your scoreboard, number 10, Carroll College. Coming into this one with a 6-2 Frontier Conference record. Lyman to Salonen. Go back to that high-low action. Run a little Butler set there, where they swing it out to a post and then have them go screen while the other post dives to the bucket. A bit of a roll or replace there. Dean, she'll fire. That was a long one. And off the mark. If you can let Hannah Dean shoot those shots all night, feel pretty content. It's much more of a threat on the inside. Potter on the inside, can't get it to go. And Dean comes down with the rebound. And we'll have a foul called against Hannah Sparks. That'll be the third. Set to throw it in for Carroll College will be Danielle Wagner, redshirt freshman out of Havre. Lyman with it. 3:08 on the game clock. Dowdy back over to Wagner. Wagner, she'll drive left. Back out to Dowdy in the high post. Salonen's posting up on the inside. They'll drop it off. Shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Williams. McGree, transition 3. It's off the mark. And Wagner grabs the board. Carroll College off running. It's Lyman to Olson. And McGree bats it out of bounds. Haley Crawford checks in. So on the lineup for Montana Tech, you've got Crawford, Coverdale, Potter, and McGree. On the right-hand wing, it's Carroll College, Jaden Lyman. Feeds it into Dowdy. Dowdy on the inside, puts the shot up, and there'll be a whistle and a foul. I believe that's going to go against Kaylin Coverdale. That's her second, team fourth, with 2:28 left to go here in the first. So Dowdy's the line. She went 1 of 2 on her first trip. She makes that one. 10-4 on your scoreboard. Dowdy at the free throw line. 2:28. She goes 1 of 2 on that trip. She's 2 of 4 for the contest. Has Crawford over on the left-hand wing. They dribble it down. Back over. Coverdale cutting across the lane. They drop it off to Potter. Potter up and can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Carroll College. I think Potter was a little more concerned about trying to draw the foul than make it a layup. She's been in prime post position a couple of times early on. Carroll continuing to look for that high-low, as Dowdy will have to come collect it on the Town Pump logo. Olson, dribble drive right-hand side, taken away by Crawford. Into the front court, she's got it. She'll slow it down on the opposite Town Pump logo. Long space out pass. They feed inside to Potter. Potter back out. McGree on the inside. Layup is good for 2. It was communication or lack thereof by Carroll College that led to a wide open layup for Sammy McGree, who comes off the bench. He's one of Montana Tech's leading scorers, averaging about 9 points per game. Salonen with the right hand, and it'll do 1 full revolution before finding its way down. Coverdell to Coverdell. And McGree tried to throw it to Kaylin. And it went right out of bounds. So Shea Potter will check out. Monica Landek and Kaylee Zard check in for the Diggers, who are down 6 to Carroll College with 54 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. A blocking foul called against Sammy McGree, and we've got 2 free throws coming. We've got double bonus coming, as that's 2 on McGree. First one is good. Mesa Williams will check in for the Orediggers. Foul count does reset at the end of the quarter, but the Diggers got to be careful not to foul with 50 seconds left, because it does result in 2 free throws every time it happens. Crawford, long pass over the top to Kaylin Coverdell, over to Zard. Crawford, 3, in and out. Rebound down to Dowdy. About a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brittany Johnson, she'll control it. Dowdy looking on the inside. She'll drive in, gets stuck with it, drops it off to Salonen. Salonen, she drives, gets stuck with it. Carroll's running all their offense here on that right-hand wing. Pasta, little jumper, good. 10 seconds left. Tech trailing by 10. It's Crawford over to Williams. Clock down to 3. And a foul against Carroll College. So with 1.4 left, Tech will get the ball on the inbound. They do get it in. Landek at the buzzer. It won't go. At the end of 10 minutes, it's Carroll College 16, Montana Tech 6.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically, in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
(16-6) your score after 1 quarter. As we start the second, it'll be Montana Tech basketball. Montana Tech in that first quarter shot just 2 of 10 from the field. They were 0 of 3 from three-point land. Carroll College 6 of 13. Coverdell across the lane and loses it out of bounds. Montana Tech turned the ball over 6, now 7 times. Pasta will break Montana Tech's pressure. That pressure was pretty effective against the University of Providence and MSU Northern last weekend when the Diggers picked up a pair of wins. Johnson feed it inside to Dowdy. Dowdy on the inside and a foul against Williams. Two free throws coming. Dowdy makes the first. It's 17-6. And she continues to go 1 of 2. But Carroll College grabs the offensive board. Johnson driving across the lane, picks up her dribble. Back over left-hand side of Dean. Dean, she'll bring it in, try to work it into Dowdy, and Dowdy will score with the right hand. Landeck to Crawford. Back out to Landeck. Carroll College doing a good job of pressuring, not giving up any three-point looks. And a timeout called by Carroll College to prevent the turnover. It'll be a quick timeout. It's 19-6. Carroll College leading by 13 with 8:55 left to go here in the second quarter. The Diggers struggling to shoot the ball from outside. They are 2 of 2 at the free throw line, however. But the story of the game so far has been Carroll College winning some of those rebounding battles, holding Montana Tech to just 1 shot on the offensive end. Diggers have just 1 offensive rebound. Also, the foul trouble for Montana Tech. Kaylin Coverdell and Sammy McGree each have 2 apiece. Now Hannah Sparks has 1. Mesa Williams has 1.
San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
(19-16) your score. As we just take a half a second here, as the shot clock is at 29 seconds. On the right-hand side is Johnson. Bring it across the timeline. Over on the left-hand wing. And an illegal screen called against Brittany Johnson. They went that little weave action. Did the little handoff, but her momentum carried her into the defender. That was a point of emphasis coming into the year this year. Sparks tries to throw the back door there to Landak. It ends up in the hands of Williams, who will drop it in for 2. 19-8 your score. As they throw it ahead to Pasta. Pasta will look to break the pressure. She does. Into the hands of Christine Denny. Little jumper by Dean, no good. And the Diggers off and running into the front court. Sparks, they feed it inside to Zard. Zard on the inside, over to Williams. Williams can't get the layup to go, and the rebound comes down to Dowdy. Dean had tried to draw the charge there. And if Zard would have just gone right up with it, probably would have had a layup. Dean working on a post up on the inside. Denny back over to Dean. She'll work against Zard. Throw a long pass into the corner. And a 3-ball for Carroll College is up and good. That's Brittany Johnson, the 5'7" junior out of Spokane, Washington, prepped at Ferris High School. Williams, she'll drive baseline, pick up her dribble, drop it off to Zard. Back cut is knocked out of bounds. Good hands by Brittany Johnson as the Diggers are looking for Hannah Sparks. Diggers are going to go to their bench. Out comes Courtney Coverdale, Kaylee Zard, and Monica Landeck. In comes Molly Peoples, Shea Potter, and Sammy McGree. Potter, little jumper on the inbound play. Salonen on the inside, left hand, it's no good, and it's going to be tipped away. Williams, defended by Pasta. Over to Peoples. Ball gets stuck. Sparks drives down into the corner. They feed it inside to Williams. Now it's into Potter, and Potter is able to score it. Coach Sayers wanting a 3-second call, and I think she might have a good gripe there. Potter was in there quite a long time. Dean, wide open, had a lane to the bucket, but she'll throw it out to Pasta, and that's how you lead your team in assists, playing a forward position. Good job of sharing the ball by this Carroll College team. Sparks, shot is up, no good, and Pasta bring it across the timeline. 25-12. Pasta driving across the lane, back over to Dean. Dean, she'll find a lane, go with the right hand, it's short, and it's going to be Montana Tech basketball. (25-12) your score, with 5:41 left to go here in this second quarter of Frontier Conference basketball action. Carroll at 6-2 in Frontier Conference play. Montana Tech 3-5 after picking up a pair of road wins last week. Williams with a little spin move, goes with the right hand, it's off the mark. And the rebound tracked down by Carroll College. That's Lyman. She'll blaze it into the front court. Get back over to Salonen. Salonen back over to Dowdy. Dowdy over to Lyman. Dowdy sets the screen, the ball's tipped away, and Sparks tips it into the backcourt. Pasta, little jumper. It's in rhythm, but off the mark. And immediate timeout is called with 4:59 left to go here in the second. It's Carroll 25, Montana Tech 12. And I guess we're already going to use our immediate timeout, so we're not going anywhere. You'd think they'd tell the guy with the commercials to run, but hey. Not the first time I've been misinformed. Potter goes up for two, and it's a blocking foul. Brittany Johnson trying to get there to take away that high-low that Montana Tech was looking for, that lob. But her feet were inside the restricted arc. Potter at the line, scores the first. And Potter makes the next one. Wagner to Dowdy. Carroll has a little bit of numbers here as Lyman will bring it back out. Pasta thinking about the three. Over to Salonen. She'll give a little triple threat. over on the right-hand wing. Lyman, they want to force her to go right. She does. She finds Dowdy in the lane. It's stripped away from Crawford, and a foul is called. That's going to go against Crawford. With 4:24 left to go here in this second quarter, Dowdy is at the free throw line for her 4th trip. And they say there is no law of averages, but Dowdy has gone 1 of 2 on every one of them. So I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm some sort of Damus. 26-14, Carroll College with it. It's Lyman with the basketball over the right-hand side. Pasta, she'll pull the trigger. That one's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Potter. She'll clear it into the hands of Courtney Coverdell. Coverdell over on the right-hand wing. Picks up her dribble. She gets stuck with it. Pass over to Landak. 3 is off the mark, and Lyman will have it for Carroll. 26-14. It's a 12-point advantage for the Fighting Saints with 3:50 left to go here in this second quarter. Both teams have 2 team fouls, and Coverdell with the kick. It will not reset the shot clock because it's at 16. If it was below 15, it would have reset to 15. Pasta working against McGree. She'll drive in, put a little jumper up. It's off the mark. And Landak comes away with a loose ball. She's got it into the front court. She'll stop. Pop, little 15-footer. It's good for 2. Lyman being pressured. Gets stuck with it, and it's going to stay with Carroll College as 4 seconds come off the shot clock. Dean with it. She brings it across the timeline, hands off to Lyman with 1 second to spare. 3:10 left to go here in the quarter. Dowdy to Dean. Run a high screen. Back over to Dean. That one's missed. Gets a rebound back and puts it up and in. Ball in the hands of Jaden Pallister, who checked in at the last dead ball, and it's going to be Carroll College basketball as Dean knocked it off of Coverdell. 28-16, 2:45 left to go here in the second quarter. At Kelvin Sampson Court, Thursday Night Hoops in the Frontier Conference. Dean on the inside, goes over the left shoulder, and with the right hand, extends Carroll College's lead to 30-16 with 2:28 left to go here in the first half. McGree being pressured. Pasta comes in and gets a layup. And Montana Tech wants a timeout as they trail 32-16 with 2:14 left to go here in the second.
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
2:10 left to go here in this second quarter as Montana Tech can't get the drive to go. But an offensive rebound by Potter, and she'll go to the free throw line as Dean picks one up. Potter at the free throw line for the Orediggers. She takes her time, is able to make the first. Another one coming for Potter. And she goes 2 of 2. And the Diggers trail 32-18 against number 10 Carroll College. Olsen finally breaks the timeline with 22 on the shot clock. 1:50 left to go here on the game clock. In this first quarter, Dean, good step through move, and she will pick one up as she goes to the free throw line. Foul's going to go against Zard. Dean will go to the stripe to shoot a pair. Dean misses the first. She's a 74% free throw shooter on the season. And she misses both. McGree chases down the rebound for the Diggers. Landeck. McGree across the lane, and an illegal screen called against Montana Tech. That foul is going to go against Potter on an illegal screen as she knocked the Carroll College defender to the deck. Ran a little slice action to the middle. That's the 4th team foul on Tech. The next one, and Carroll College shooting a pair of free throws. Dean will drive into the lane, and a travel is called. (32-18) with 1:11 left here in this second quarter. Kelvin Sampson court. McGree with it. Skip pass over to Coverdell. It's Courtney Coverdell back over to McGree. She'll set her feet. Fire. It's a little long. Rebound tracked down by Dean. Zard had a chance at it. 32-18. Carroll College with that 14-point advantage. Dean tries to feed it in to Dowdy. And Zard with a blocking foul. Should be a blocking foul. Yep. Against Dean. And that'll be Dean's second. And subs will check in for the Fighting Saints. It's Bailey Pasta and Taylor Salonen. .40 left to go here in this second quarter. There's a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Zard, little 15-footer, it's good. That middle opens up a little bit more for Montana Tech when Hannah Dean's not in there. Good defensive presence for the Fighting Saints. Lyman over the left-hand wing. It's a 12-point difference right now. Dowdy on the inside. Goes with the right hand. It's off the mark. Salonen keeps it alive, and Carroll College will have a chance at the last second shot. As Lyman drives in. Hoop. The harm. Thought Carroll might pull that one out and try to go for the last second shot, but Lyman saw a crease. Has a chance at a three-point play now. She completes it. 10 seconds left to go in the half. McGree to Zard to Courtney Coverdell. A little 18-footer. She stepped into it. It's off the mark. And that'll be the end of the half. 35-20, your score. Carroll College leading by 15.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here. When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hilary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer, as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hilary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer, as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired.
As we come back from the halftime, it's Carroll College 35, Montana Tech 20. Carroll will get the ball with the inbound. The Saints being led and scoring by Dowdy. She's got 8. Shea Potter's got 10. Hannah Dean, the leading rebounder, she's got 5. She'll have the basketball over on the right-hand wing. They swing it out, left-hand side to Dowdy. Run a little Butler set. A high screen. Driving in, putting the shot up, and it's short. And they're going to say it was tipped, so it's going to stay with Carroll College. On the inside, back out, Johnson. She'll try a triple. It's off the mark, and Potter saves it for the Diggers. Coverdell with a big 3 to start things off for Montana Tech. Just 35 seconds into the second half. It's 35-23. Sparks racing down against Brittany Johnson. Over on the right-hand wing. Left-hand side to Dowdy. Back over to Johnson. They want Johnson to drive left. Back over to Dowdy. Little handoff to get it out of the corner. Now Johnson drives in. She finds a little lane. It's going to be taken away by Coverdell, but it's going to stay with Carroll College, and they're going to say it does not reset the shot clock, so it's at 7. Carroll gets the ball in to Denny. Denny, she'll drive down across the lane, and a 3 ball by Hannah Dean is missed. Dean came into the contest 2 of 13, and she's now tried 3 triples. And a foul by Dowdy on Coverdell, who will have 3 free throws coming. You don't see that very often at the college game. So Kaylin Coverdell is at the line. She will shoot 3. She misses the first. She's got another one. And Dean and Landeck both went to go rebound that ball, even though she has one more. So 2 of 3 goes Kaylin Coverdell. The Digger's going to bring up some pressure to Dean. Long pass over the top to Johnson. Over to Dean again. Now Pasta. She'll do a little weave action. Johnson defending by Coverdell. And a foul against the Orediggers. Two of 2 goes Johnson on that trip. 37-25 is your score. Sparks, long pass out to Landeck. Gets knocked away and blocked again. That's 2 blocks on 1 possession by Denny. Diggers come out in what looks like a 1-2-1-1 press. In the hands of Dean. Johnson, defended by Sparks. Back over to Dean, outside the three-point line. Johnson, she'll try the triple. That one's off the mark. Rebound down to Shea Potter. And now Sparks has it in transition. Pass over to Coverdell. There's a three, in for the Diggers. 37-28. The Diggers have cut it to a 9-point difference when they have trailed by as many as 16. Pasta with it. Nearly a travel there by Denny. She'll get the ball back with 10 on the shot clock. Dowdy over on the right-hand wing to Johnson. She'll drive. Dowdy can't get it. Now Dean, a little pump fake. She'll try the jumper. It's off the mark, and Carroll College is rushed right now by this trapping defense of Montana Tech. Kaylin Coverdell to Landeck. Little 10-footer. That one's off the mark. Rebound to Kaylin. Coverdell can't get it to go, and a foul against Montana Tech, and that's going to go against Shea Potter. Sub will check in for Carroll College. That's Danielle Wagner, a 5'9", redshirt freshman out of Havre, Montana. Official had to come in and make sure Dowdy had kind of shook the cobwebs out. Pasta into the front court. Now Dean driving across the lane, drops it off to Dowdy, and it's blocked, but Coverdell was out of bounds. Coverdell caught the ball. She's standing out of bounds. Just kind of looked at the official and said, yep, that was easy. Dean on the inbound play scores from about 15 feet in that short corner. It's a tougher shot than most teams will take on an inbound play. Sparks. Back over to Landeck, back to Sparks. Sparks to Coverdell. She'll drive down to Kaylin. Little jumper, good for the Diggers. And the official calls time as the ball bounces into the North 40. It's a 9-point game again, 39-30. Pass over to Dowdy. She'll break the pressure for Carroll College. 20 on the shot clock, 6:03 on the game clock here in the third quarter. 39-30 your score here at Kelvin Sampson Court, and Dean traveled with it, trying to make the post entry. Right foot was her pivot foot, and as she went to make the pass, she just had to move it because she gave a little pump fake. Coverdell tries to throw it over the top to Sparks. It wasn't there. Now Landeck. She'll space out for a triple. It's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Kaylin Coverdell. Potter on the inside. Sweeping right-hand hook. It's no good. And Landeck will pick up the foul. That's the fourth team foul on Montana Tech. Carroll College leading 39-30. The first on Landeck. Johnson and Pasta will work together to bring it into the front court. Now Pasta being pressured. They drop it off to Dean in the high post. She'll do a little dribble drive action and hands it off to Johnson. Johnson driving in. Tries to absorb the contact. Loses it out of bounds with last touch by Zard. Lyman with it, shot clock down to 6. Wagner, she'll drive in, put up a tough shot, rebound to McGree. And she wrestles it away. Sparks is tripped there by Lyman. And And that'll bring us to a media timeout. 39-30 is our score, with 4:58 left to go here in this third quarter. (39-30) is your score. Montana Tech with the inbound in front of their bench. After Lyman picked up her first personal. Kaylin Coverdale. Long pass into the cheap seats. It's still a Carroll College 9-point lead. The Diggers have turned it over 11 times. It's an awfully high mark for Montana Tech, who is shooting just 31% for the contest and 2 of 9 from downtown. Carroll College not shooting much better. They're 2 of 8 from 3. It's Dean across the lane. Left hand, it's good for 2. Coverdale trapped with it. And they're going to say it'll be Carroll College basketball. Lyman will run the point for Carroll College. The number 10 team in the nation. That 6-2 Frontier record, 14-5 overall. Salonen on the inside looking to post up. And they'll call her for the hook. McGree nearly lost the ball out of bounds. Diggers run their offensive set against Carroll College. Carroll still playing that 2-3 zone. Shot clock down to 5. Williams on the inside, and they've got a jump ball is the call. It'll stay with Montana Tech. And the shot clock will not reset because it was Montana Tech's ball. There's 2 seconds on the shot clock. Zard with the 3, and that one will be a shot clock violation for the Diggers. Carroll College will run their offensive set with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lyman looking to feed Dean. Dean in the post. Right at that elbow. She goes to work. working against Zard. Driving in, and a nifty little lay in there by Danielle Wagner. McGree on the inside, and there'll be a foul against Lyman. That is the 4th team foul on Carroll College. The Diggers will have the inbound with a fresh 30. Williams to McGree. Now to Landeck. She finds a little lane, goes in with the right hand. (43-32). Sparks with the steal. Throws it ahead to Zard. Zard back over to Landeck. Defended well by Lyman. McGree cutting baseline. They find her. Back out to Landeck. And a double dribble by Landeck as she took a collection dribble right there in the Town Pump logo.
Part of that
43-32, Carroll College. That 11-point advantage has been cut to as little as 9. It was 39-30 at that juncture. Pasta coming around the top of the Dowdy screen. They do feed Salonen. Salonen on the inside. That one's off the mark. Grabs the offensive board, and that one won't go as well. Landeck. Bring it across the timeline for the Diggers. She gets stuck with it. And Carroll College ends up with the steal. It's Wagner to Lyman. Lyman sneaks that one over the top of the iron. (45-32). Sparks to Williams. Back to Sparks. Zard and Dowdy fighting for post position on the inside. It'll be Sparks across the lane. Can't get that one to go. And Zard with the offensive rebound. She's fouled. That one will be whistled against Taylor Salonen, so Zard will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And Zard can't make the first. Montana Tech shooting 75% from the free throw line as a team. They were 82% during their road trip wins last weekend. A combined 29 for 35. That 75.2% puts the Diggers at 6th best in the country. Diggers trap Lyman, and Carroll College wants a timeout. .48 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Carroll calls a full timeout, so we'll take a break along with them. 45-33. Carroll College throws over the top to break the pressure. They drop it into Dowdy, and the Saints will score it with 42 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Sparks cutting across the lane, and she is fouled. So Dowdy picks up the personal. Sparks is at the line. Free throws not coming the way of the Diggers. 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Lyman and Sparks fell into her. And we will have 2 free throws coming for Carroll College. That's the 5th team foul on the Orediggers. And Lyman able to connect. Carroll has built their lead back out to 16 points, the highest margin so far in the contest. Williams spots up for 3, and it's in for the Diggers. Lyman, and they finally get it across the timeline. 49-35, Carroll College leading Montana Tech by 14. Fourth quarter starting. It's Carroll College 49, Tech 36. Dowdy has the ball over to Dean. Back over to Pasta. Pasta, she'll drive in, pump fake, back over to Dean. She'll drive all the way around the horn. Back over to Lyman. They're looking to feed Dowdy, they do. Dowdy goes up for the shot, and it's good for 2. Coverdell hits a little jumper. It's 51-38, Carroll College with a 13-point advantage. 9 minutes left to go here in this fourth quarter as Williams Comes away with a loose ball. Throws it ahead to Coverdell. To Potter. Potter goes up with the right hand. That one's off the mark. A little too quick of a shot for Montana Tech. Pasta feeds it into Dowdy. Dowdy. She goes up and scores it. Coverdell. That three can't find the bottom of the net. And that 15-point lead for Carroll College remains intact with 8:10 left to go here in the fourth. Lyman over the right-hand side to Dowdy. Kick it out. Pasta. She misses that one, and Wagner comes away with a loose ball. And Montana Tech wants a timeout. It's 55-38 with 7:55 left to go here in the fourth. (55-38). Carroll College extends their lead out to 17 as Landeck will have it for the Diggers. Over to Sparks. Back over to Coverdell. Long pass deflected out of bounds. Diggers finally throw it in to Sparks. Over to Coverdell. Pass over to Courtney. Courtney Coverdell throws it down into Kaylin Coverdell, and Zard will score it. On a nifty little pass play there. Wagner to Dean. She'll drive in and wisely kick it back out. Clock is your friend for Carroll College, who leads 55-40. Salonen, she'll drive in across the lane. The right hand, it's good for two. (57-40) your score as Montana Tech holds it on the right-hand side. It's Coverdell working against Lyman. Landeck cuts across the lane, and it's good for two. They'll pressure Pasta as Lyman will bring it into the front court. Pasta regains control for Carroll College. So they will set up the offense to Dean. Long three-point shot. Emphasis on long for Danielle Wagner. As the Diggers have it. Sparks to Coverdell. She goes across the lane and can't get it with the right hand. Pasta now. With Carroll still leading by 15. Game clock down to about 6 minutes. Zard tips it, keeps it alive. She has it. She'll stop it. Pass over to Landeck. She drives in, and it's going to be off of her foot, and Carroll College basketball. McGree with the steal, and she goes out of bounds. It's Carroll College with it. As Lyman throws it over to Salonen. Salonen back over to Johnson. To Dowdy. Back to Salonen. Denny with it for the Fighting Saints. So they feed it into Dowdy. Dowdy with the right hand. It's good for 2. Boy, she's a force on the inside for Carroll College. She is their leading scorer with 16 points. Now Lyman has it. She brings it down near the free throw line, brings it back out. On the right-hand side. And a foul called against Kaylee Zard at the 4:44 mark of the fourth quarter. Zard will check out along with Hannah Sparks, Haley Crawford, and Shea Potter check in. Lyman, a little jumper, it's off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Carroll College. Dowdy. Now to Lyman. Denny, she'll try a 3. It's off the mark. And the Diggers will have it with 4:16 left to play. Crawford to McGree. Potter on the inside. Foul will be called against Carroll College. They're going to say that it was on the floor. Just one team foul each. McGree on the inbound. Can't get the 3. Rebound down to Johnson. She throws it ahead to Lyman. Crawford defending well. Dowdy can't get that one to go. Rebound comes down to Potter. And now Crawford will run the point. To Williams, to McGree. Back over to Williams. Crawford on the inside, back out. McGree on a little back cut. She goes in, off glass, no good for 2. 59-42, 17-point lead for Carroll College, 3:17 left. As Lyman will work against the defense. Dowdy. In and out. 3-point shot for Carroll College, no good. We got a whistle and a jump ball in favor of Montana Tech. Johnson checks out, Olson checks in, Pasta checks in, and Lyman checks out. Williams gets a screen. Potter rolls to the bucket and scores it with 2. And with 2:48 left, Montana Tech calls a timeout as they trail by 15, 59-44. – Let's head back to the main camera if we can. 59-44. Number 10 Carroll College with a 15-point lead against Montana Tech. As Pasta will control it in the front. Dowdy stuck with it. Back over to Pasta. Salonen. She'll drive in, try to drop it off to Dowdy. It's taken away, knocked away. And it's going to stay with Montana Tech as Potter with a good play at half court. So the Diggers have the ball. Left-hand side. Williams off the glass, no good. Rebound collected by Montana Tech. Once again, they feed it off. Inside, Potter for two. Pasta being pressured. Long pass over. McGree takes it away. Kaylin Coverdell with the right hand. It's no good, but she chases down her own miss. McGree. Three, it's in to cut it to 10 points. Now they bring it along the top. It's Olsen. Dowdy with 15 on the shot clock, a minute 25 on the game clock. Carroll College working it offensively. They feed it into Salonen. Salonen with the step-through move. It's blocked by Potter. Back out to Pasta. The long two's no good. Dowdy comes down with an offensive board, and we got a foul against Montana Tech. That is just the second team foul on the Diggers. Here in this fourth quarter, it's 59-49. That is the third on Kaylin Coverdell. And Dean gets fouled by Kaylin Coverdell. So that is 4 on Kaylin Coverdell. With a minute 10 left. They get it in, and it's Pasta. And Crawford fouls Pasta. And that'll be the fourth team foul. So we are one away from shooting into the double bonus, 59-49. Pasta, fouled by Crawford. That is her second. And the fifth team foul on on Montana Tech. So Carroll College will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. Pasta makes the first. Pasta, a 61% free throw shooter on the season. And she goes 2 of 2. Sub checking in for Montana Tech. It's Courtney Coverdell, as Crawford will check out. Diggers going to need some quick shots here with a minute 6 left to go here in the contest. 61-49. Coverdell over the top to Williams. She tries to feed it into Potter, and it's knocked away by Dowdy. Collected by the Fighting Saints and Denny, and there will be another foul. That's Courtney Coverdell, her third. Carroll with that 12-point lead, the chance to add to it with 54 seconds left. Pasta makes the first. And she goes 2 of 2. Potter on the offensive glass, can't get it to go. Kaylin Coverdell. She is fouled. (63-49) your score, as Coverdell misses the first. She got one more coming with 45.9 seconds left to go in this one. She goes 0 of 2, and Carroll calls a timeout. Carroll will advance the ball with that quick 30-second timeout. Bring it into the front court onto the near side. 63-49 is your score with 45 seconds left to go in this one. Well, looking at the numbers for Montana Tech, they finished the game shooting 36% from the field. Carroll College shooting 41%. But as you look at it, 33 points for Carroll College. That's the big difference maker right now for the Fighting Saints. They've also scored 18 points off of turnovers. Carroll had 12 offensive rebounds. And Montana Tech turned the ball over 18 times. Tough to win ball games when you turn the ball over that much. Potter, your leading scorer for Montana Tech with 14. Coverdell, your leading rebounder. That's Kaylin Coverdell. She's got 8. Hannah Sparks with 4 assists to lead Montana Tech. Dowdy's the leading scorer for Carroll College with 16. Wagner has 7 boards. And Dean has 5 assists. Dean has 12 points for Carroll College, along with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. So Carroll will inbound. They throw it into the backcourt. It's Pasta being defended. Now it's Dean, and they wanted to foul Dean, as she is a 74% free throw shooter. But Dean was 0 of 2 before that trip. Now make it 1 of 3. And Dean goes 2 of 2. She's 2 of 4 for the contest. And Carroll has the ball with no time on the shot clock as it is turned off. And you've got 18 seconds left on the game clock. Pasta going to bring it out. McGreal pressure, but the Saints will be able to dribble this out with 5 seconds left in this one. It is Carroll College 65, Montana Tech 49. Shea Potter with 14 and 8 to lead Carroll College. Excuse me, to lead Montana Tech. Dowdy leading Carroll College with 16. We'll head downstairs to do a quick post-game interview with Coach Carly Sandin.
Full 40 minutes in our last 2 games, and we came out kind of flat tonight. We had 6 turnovers in the first quarter, 10 at halftime, and you can't do that. We're only, we shoot a good percentage from the field, but when we turn it over, we're not getting those extra shots to give us extra chances, and I felt like our defensive game plan worked really well. We just weren't scoring points, and you know that's tough. You know, we needed to get a home win tonight, and we didn't. So now we got to refocus because we have a good Rocky Mountain team coming in tomorrow night.
Yeah, that was a Rocky Mountain team that you guys lost 60-52 over in Billings. But tonight's game plan, I think it was, if I saw it right, let Hannah Dean shoot from the outside, try and limit Carroll College from scoring in the paint.
You know, it was. And I thought we did a good job. Sagan, you know, they both, I don't know what they ended up with, but they both had 8 points at halftime, and some of those were off second chance shots, which we need to eliminate. But, you know, she hit 1 or 2 from the outside, and that was it. And I thought we did a good job. It was just, we put a lot of pressure on our defense when you're not scoring.
That's kind of the status quo with games when they're not really going your way. But Montana Tech, looking forward, you guys have Rocky tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that one? Another great home game.
It is, and they play very similar to Carroll College. They're big, and you know we'll get out and we'll you know put as much pressure as we can on them. But we got to be ready to play. You know, when we come and we're ready to play and we play with that fire and that grit, we're a really good basketball team. But we didn't play with that tonight, so we got to get that turned around and be ready for tomorrow night.
All right, thank you, Coach. The Diggers fall in a close one, 63-49 to Carroll College. The number 10 Fighting Saints improve to 7-2 in Frontier Conference action.